You talked very eloquently in the book about your dislike for Margaret Thatcher and what the Thatcher regime kind of did to the culture of England, you know. Yeah, and I thought that was, and it's kind of unflinching throughout. There's this, you know, thing that you're, reacting to, and all the other musicians are kind of unified against this dismantling of the social contract.
Well, it's interesting because when I started putting solo records out in 2011, I found that when I was doing interviews, a lot of journalists would talk to me about that I was a political musician. And a question I was always asked was, well, do you now think that bands and musicians and artists are now no longer political? It's a complicated issue. The world's very different. But my point is that why that occurred to me, why I was being asked that all the time, was because I come from a time when if you grew up in 1979, 1980 in Britain, obviously the parallel here was Ronald Reagan, but by definition, if you were an alternative musician, you were in opposition to the government, because all the music press we were literally on the same page. You know? Yeah. Now, bands didn't really discuss it when I hung out with Bert and the Order, or except for Billy Bragg, who was more overtly political. That was part of being in an indie band. You know, the Bunnymen, the Cure, Depeche Mode, a whole list of bands. It was just explicit and implicit. We just knew that the government were the enemy, right? And we didn't have to hector about it. We didn't have to, go on about it too much. And the times are very, very different now. And I think what I found when I started putting the solo records out, that I'm really actually very, very proud of the political stance, not just party politics, but my generation of musicians, many of whom aren't making records anymore, but my generation of, say, British men, who were against all the isms and phobias. You know, in 1981, 82, the homophobia at an indie gig, the idea of a girl in a band on stage being kind of heckled with some sort of inappropriate kind of, shouting, that would have been unthinkable. And if in 1988-1 in the indie scene, you would have thought that in the middle of the 90s that there was this thing called laddism, where it was kind of ironic and cool to, hang out with politicians and act like a moron. And now you'd even have to, even 20 years later, you'd have to kind of make a point of talking about racism, homophobia. I mean, it was unthinkable. We thought
it's a regression.
Yeah. So I don't want to sound like some old fuddy-duddy or whatever, but that was the time. That's why I'm sort of regarded as a political musician, because the Smiths were in opposition to. But I just thought that being left-wing was just being humanitarian. Anything that opposed that was just fucking horrible.